From the Velocity Accelerator at Innovation Depot in downtown Birmingham, it's Alabama Upstarts. Entrepreneurs, inventors, and startups, this is your chance to meet face-to-face with real venture capitalists. Today's venture capital judges are real estate property management, medical manufacturer, award-winning small businessman, Bill Turner. President of Soldier One and past president of multiple companies for over the last 20 years, a mentor and strong supporter of startups in Alabama, Lisa Williams. Alabama Upstarts is sponsored by Mid-South Bank, the friendliest and most helpful bank in town. Let's meet our first contestant.
Judges, everyone loves to hear a good David and Goliath story. I have a story for you about a David who went up against an entire army of Goliaths in a competition. My name is John Brasher. I'm the president and CTO of Avant, based in Auburn, Alabama. Avant is the David in the story. We have developed a corrosion-proof coating, and if you imagine who all the players would be in that sort of an industry, you know who the giants are. The Electric Power Research Institute conducted this competition, and the reason that they wanted to do it was they wanted to find a corrosion-resistant coating that would last for 50 years. That was their charge. We finished that competition in the top 2 against a multinational company that averages about $6 billion a year in sales. Both teams were asked to come to Louisville, Kentucky for a playoff. That playoff, we had to coat 2 sections of steel power poles, and we had to reach a certain thickness. The other guys took 6 applications to do it. We did it in 1 application. They require a pristine environment for their coating to be applied. We can apply it in the factory, we can apply it out in the field on the right-of-way next to a highway. In fact, before the end of this coming May, we're demonstrating our field application for the largest utility maintenance company in the U.S. When they start using our coating, they will reduce their labor time per structure by days, not just hours, days. Over the past 4 years, we've coated thousands of anchor rods. They're now in service along the coastline, holding up cell towers and power poles. We make pole caps with our coating because it will cure into shapes. Georgia Power is our largest customer right now. This past year, we had $350,000 in sales. We have two patents issued on the application of the coating. We have a patent pending on the formulation, and we have 3 trademarks. Right now we are looking, and we're open to negotiation, but in this initial round of investment, we're looking for $1.25 million for 12.5% of the company. That will give us a 3-year budget for staffing, for advertising and research expenses, and to pay rent on an industrial space. If we could get more than that, we are also looking at buying an automated system that will allow us to move the manufacture of the caps in-house so that we can have full control of our production cycle, and we can raise our sales margin from around 51% up to 73%. And it will bring industry to Alabama. Thank you, I appreciate it.
You said that, is this I'm lost on how you produce this. Is this a injection mold type deal, or how is it produced?
It's a hot dip. You heat the tooling, the steel tooling is preheated, comes out, dips into this coating. The coating cures around it. You pull it out, put it back in the heat for about 4 minutes. When it comes out, you just peel it off, and it's like the sample that you have there in front of you.
So you have to have a model, I guess you'd say, to use to dip whatever you're going to coat then, correct? So.
Correct. And there can be something as simple as what this is, which just looks like a bowl, or it can be very complex. What got us started was construction along the coastline where all the hurricane straps and everything is rusting out from under the houses. We can coat those, you can nail through it, run screws through it, and it will last forever.
So did you come up with the product itself? I mean, the residue or what, the resin, or and did you come up with that, or is that something that you got from somebody else? So.
The coating itself was first patented by B.F. Goodrich in 1926. This type of material, it's a rubberized PVC. This is food safe. It meets California Prop 65. It meets those standards. But what we did was we took an existing material, we made it UV resistant, and we made it abrasion resistant. When we started looking at coating the anchor rods, we were asked, what about, what's your abrasion testing? What does that look like? Well, EPRI had already tested it a couple of times, but they didn't do the abrasion test. And this company, McLean Power, they wanted to know. So I made it into a sheet, I hung it from a tree, and I shot it with a 12-gauge shotgun. and it worked. It stood up to it. So it's abrasion resistant, and it will handle the UV from the sun, and it doesn't just have to be black. If there's a Pantone code for the color you want, it can be done in that color.
Right. With that, who is your #1 customer?
Right now it's Georgia Power. We are written into the specifications with Southern Company, and we're a sole source for pole caps for them.
So is that really going to be who you're going to market to the most right now, are the utility companies?
We are marketing heavily toward the utility companies. We're very involved in IEEE on the Power and Energy Society. We also want to approach automotive industry because the battery compartments on electric automobiles, they rust and corrode fast. We can solve that.
Did you have to re-patent it or not?
We have a patent pending on that formulation.
Okay. Well, it sounds very interesting. Very interesting. So we appreciate you coming out for us today. Thank you,
Nice
sir.
to meet you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more contestants on Alabama Upstarts.
Wouldn't it be nice if your bank really wanted to help you out? Your world is increasingly complex, but your banking shouldn't be that way. Our banking promise to you is to be the most helpful bank in town. We're here to help you make money. We're here to help you save money. And we're here to make banking easy and convenient.
Mid-South Bank, where helping you always comes first.
Mid-South Bank, the most helpful bank in town.
Mercedes-Benz of Dothan has a long history of protecting what is most important to you. The Mercedes brand has a strong reputation for constructing vehicles that dramatically lessen the chance of an accident. Features like collision prevention, driver attention assist, and blind spot with rear cross-traffic detection. You'll have peace of mind knowing your loved ones are protected by the most innovative safety features available.
Protect what is most important to you in a Mercedes from Mercedes-Benz of Dothan.
There are times in life when what you do is more important than who you are. When how you respond to others is more important than what you have. When giving all of yourself is the best gift of all. What did you do today? A life-changing experience. Faith Ministry, changing lives one at a time.
Let's visit with a previous contestant.
Hi, I'm Vic Agarwal with Edify Online. Last year we had the opportunity to pitch on Alabama Upstarts. I'd suggest any startup in the state should take advantage of this opportunity to pitch in front of a diverse, qualified set of investors. Any opportunity you have to try to sell your business is a great opportunity for a startup. Thank you.
Here's our next contestant on Alabama Upstarts.
Hi, my name is Aquila Standback. I am the owner of Lily's Cup. Lily's Cup is a tea business. My mother and I travel a lot. So when we travel, we always visit tea rooms. So that's where the idea for Lily's Cup came about. Lily was my grandmother, and she passed away almost 11 years ago, but had she still been with us, she definitely would have been a tea room lady. So in 2019, the idea for Lily's Cup really came about. I started with a pop-up, and then later on that year, I set up at a farmer's market location. So that year, I just did one market. Moving forward to 2020, even during the pandemic, I did 5 market locations throughout the Birmingham area. So it's been interesting to meet customers and see how they interact and how they respond to the tea, and also to get repeat customers. So everyone wants a repeat customer. And just thinking about how to move Lily's Cup forward, I would definitely like to open a brick and mortar where it's an actual tea room. Depending on the size of the space, on one side I would like a cafe where people can come and it's more casual. They can bring their laptops, they can come in, have tea, and meet with friends. On the other side, I would like an actual tea room where we offer full tea service. So it can be anything from, say, a brunch type tea or an afternoon tea that we often think about the Queen of England having. And we will offer hot tea and of course iced tea, and the iced tea will have different simple syrups that you can add to the tea to enhance the flavor. They will be flavored simple syrups, and we will also offer tea accessories like cups and teapots, and these are the packaging. This is the packaging that I currently use, so you can see the name of the tea on the front, and then on the back you can actually see what the tea looks like in the bag. And Lily's Cup, the tea room concept, will also offer an opportunity for customers to rent the space out for bridal showers or holiday parties like a holiday champagne tea. And we will also like to offer princess teas for little girls to come in with the tiaras and have tea with their friends. My ask of you would be, it's a pre-seed company, so I don't have a percentage figure to give you at this time, but I would like $20,000 to help me advance the business and move into a brick and mortar. I would also like to, for 2021, start selling tea online. I currently do some mail order, but I'm not set, my website isn't set up for e-commerce, so I would definitely like to set up for e-commerce. In this area, there are not any tea rooms. Like, there are places where you can go get tea, but there aren't any actual tea rooms in the Birmingham area. Traveling to Atlanta and Nashville, those are, I guess our regional competition as far as city size. Atlanta, of course, is definitely larger, but there are nearly a dozen tea rooms in each of those cities. So I don't see why a tea room would not work here in the Birmingham area.
So you had said you started last year.
I started in 2019 with actually a pop-up and selling the tea, and then last year I added more teas to the menu and also added baked goods.
So where do you get your tea from?
The teas are blended here in the U.S. I work with someone who blends them and I do the baking, but the actual tea comes from various parts of the world like India and China where they're actually growing tea and we import them.
So the tea business is big,
yes,
just like the coffee business. Mm-hmm. What's going to make you different than another person that does their own teas and gets it out there to the public?
Because Lily's Cup is not just tea, it's an experience. So we will offer tea tasting classes, tea blending classes, and other opportunities for people to experience tea in a different way.
So you say that there's not a tea room here in the area right now.
Correct.
Why do you think that is?
I think no one is willing to take the chance. I think people are still thinking, oh, everyone likes coffee, and I'm learning more and more people are giving up coffee and switching to tea. I know that's not for everyone, but people are doing it because they want something no caffeine, they want something with a little more flavor, and some people just, I'm not a coffee drinker, I've never been a coffee drinker, some people just don't drink coffee.
But you hadn't put any numbers together what you think you may need to move forward with your brick and mortar facility yet?
I think $20,000 would be a good start for me to identify space and get me going. Because it's tea, so you don't need a whole lot. You need tables, you need chairs. I've already got a tea process going, so I'll need hot water.
So basically what you're doing is you're taking tea that you blend with somebody else and then rebranded it under Lily's Cup, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
How will you market what you want to do here? You're going after brick and mortar, but you're also going to try to do this through your website, e-commerce. How will you get the word out about Lily's Cup?
Doing media interviews, and I also work with someone now who is a marketing person. So she helps me with my marketing, and then we post things on Facebook and word of mouth, of course.
Have you developed a website yet or not?
I do have a website,
you have
yes.
A website, okay. But you said you wasn't able to do commerce over it?
Yes, it's just not set up for e-commerce yet. It's just a basic website that lists some of the products, some of the teas that we offer, and then some of the baked goods that we offer.
Who's your biggest competition with respect to website sales on tea right now?
I would say it would be Harry and David, the larger companies that people already know about. Like you can go in the grocery store and you see Teavana. At one time there were Teavana stores across the country. We no longer have them in this area, but you can still go to the grocery store, go to website and order their tea.
Well, it looks like you have a real good concept here. We appreciate you coming out and seeing us
Well,
today.
thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I love your idea that you want to make this an experience, because you're absolutely right. People who drink tea, it is an experience.
Yes.
And the fact that you're going to have showers, parties, and little princesses to give them an experience, to give them an activity, I think that's a great idea.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
We'll be right back with more contestants on Alabama Upstarts.
Wouldn't it be nice if your bank really wanted to help you out? Your world is increasingly complex, but your banking shouldn't be that way. Our banking promise to you is to be the most helpful bank in town. We're here to help you make money. We're here to help you save money. And we're here to make banking easy and convenient.
Mid-South Bank, where helping you always comes first.
Mid-South Bank, the most helpful bank in town.
There are times in life when what you do is more important than who you are. When how you respond to others is more important than what you have. When giving all of yourself is the best gift of all. What did you do today? A life-changing experience. Faith Ministry, changing lives one at a time.
Ready for the next contestant on Alabama Upstarts?
Hello. The name of our company is Eat 'em Up Seafood. We are a home-based seafood company, and we are driving toward our specialty sauce. We started our company in April of last year. Within 2 weeks, we had made $1,500, so we said, okay, let's see how much we can make just for the sauce. For the sauce, we have been venturing out for the last 2 months, and we made $300. And we're only based on the weekends, so just Saturdays and Sundays.
Mostly Saturdays.
So you make your sauce at home?
We do.
Yeah,
so. We make it at home, we bottle it up, and then we deliver to our customers.
And that is your product that you're selling is
Yeah,
not the seafood or anything, it's just the sauce.
Just the sauce.
Yes.
We sell seafood, but we're gearing toward just the sauce itself.
And why the sauce and not the seafood?
Because anyone can boil seafood. There is seafood popping up in every area now. There's like one maybe 5 minutes from here, and then another one maybe 2 minutes from that one. So we started looking at stuff that people was asking us about. They was inquiring about the sauce. So that's why we started bottling our own.
Are you working to try to get it into the grocery stores, or what is your method of getting it out?
Yes, ma'am. That's to get mass production, get it on the shelves of stores and everything, because the way people are asking for it, it's hard for us to kind of do it working 2 full-time jobs, just really having Saturday and try to go to church and stuff on Sunday. So it's kind of hard to do that, but we do the best we can, to get it. So we're definitely trying to get it in stores and across the country.
So whose recipe? Whose recipe?
It was my recipe. I came up with it, and I kept telling him, I said, I want to do something that's different from what everybody else is already selling. So I kept tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. I was like, okay, I think I got it. And we started from there, and we was able to do buy crab legs in bulk. And from that first order, we had 35 orders from that one. And we just been striving since then.
So what are y'all looking for capital to grow your business?
Actually, right now, you're asking just really for $5,000 to go toward the marketing, with the home packaging, website design, get people, to actually see us global or whatnot. Was that $5,000, we're willing to pay at least $2 back toward royalty to the investor, because we're now taking us $2.94 to make a jar. That's buying the jars, the labels, all the ingredients for the sauce and everything, and we're selling for $10 a bottle.
Who do you see as your competitor? Because when I go to the grocery store, there is a whole aisle of sauces. So how am I going to just zoom in to this sauce right here?
Right now, I don't think we have any competitors, to be honest, because our sauce is just not for seafood. You can also try it on steak, you can also try it on chicken, and also corn. So I don't think we have any competitors that's doing the sauce that we do right now.
and that actually comes in our bags with the corn, sausage, potatoes, eggs. We do sell egg jars with just the sauce and like half a dozen eggs, and people have been buying those, you know.
So you sell a complete kit, basically?
We do.
Yes, sir.
That do corn bowl or whatever?
Yes, sir.
So, okay.
How are you getting your message out now on the sauce?
Facebook.
And word of mouth.
So what do you see as your marketing plan going forward besides Facebook then?
We are on Instagram as well, but we have a full Facebook page. The 5,000 will help us get a website base started so people can also order online and it can be shipped. Because we ship right now, but it's still through Facebook.
So, I mean, going forward, where do you see going forward? What is your ultimate goal?
I said, the ultimate goal is to get it in stores nationwide where everybody can really experience the eat 'em up seafood sauce that we produce. Because we've tried other sauces and they're okay, mainly for like butter with just seasoning. But what ours is that it's a unique taste, and like every time you want that same taste back. Like when you get your good cup of coffee, you want that same taste and feel back. And we've tried different ones and nobody's compared to ours yet, knock on wood.
So do you, I don't know, I really don't, do you have a patent, or how do you keep somebody from plagiarizing your sauce?
Honestly, right now we don't, and I guess with the 5,000.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
That's been a big question mark back of our mind, but we really don't know how to, don't have the direction how to patent it or whatever right now, or have the finances.
And I don't know if that's the right term.
Trademark.
Trademark it,
yes,
right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So we looking into getting some of that done with, with the money as well.
Right. Well, even as Dad, if you get attorneys involved in that, $5,000 is really not it wouldn't be a drop in the bucket, just to be honest with you, so especially when you go into looking at what you have to do to trademark your product and everything. So, I still think that would be a low number for you to start with, and especially if you go to making a mass production of your product and everything. So maybe we could look at another number going forward after you reach out to some other people and get you some hard numbers and everything. So
yeah, and also your barriers to entry. Like I said, there are a lot of sauces out there, and you do say that yours is unique. But again, when I look at a whole aisle of sauces, there's something that has to make me go to your sauce.
And that goes back to marketing too. Yes. When you have a marketing team that, like she says, you have to have something that jumps out at you when you go into the supermarket. So that's other things you have to. And word of mouth is good, but it just goes so far. So, but that's things you need to look at. If you want to continue to move forward and grow your company. So
good luck to you on your sauce and
yeah, we appreciate y'all coming out
thank y'all
and telling us about it. So thank y'all very much. Okay. So.
Alabama Upstarts, providing a runway and launch pad for Alabama's entrepreneurs. Today's $1,000 winner, compliments of Mercedes-Benz of Dothan and Mike Schmitz.
Aquila, on behalf of Alabama Upstarts, we're presenting you with $1,000 to help you with your adventures in your new tea room, and hopefully your grandmother in heaven is looking down on us today. And thank you very much for coming to us today.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You could be the next winner with your business idea. Apply at alabama-upstarts.com.
Hi, I'm Aquila Standback with Lily's Cup, and I just won $1,000 from Alabama Upstart. I encourage all entrepreneurs to reach out to them and try to win the money. It's a great organization, and we've had a great time today.